Hey guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Big video again for you today with some first potential details about Iron Fist's villains, a new report about Sylvester Stallone's potential character in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and an interesting tidbit about Christian Bale's near involvement with the DCEU. First up, that Iron Fist news, and it is a doozy, if legit. I say that and take it with a grain of salt because it comes to us from the MCU Exchange and the Hashtag Show, both of whom have gotten a lot right in the past, but have been hit or miss at times. They're reporting that in addition to Finn Jones, Danny Rand, the show will feature Colleen Wing, Ward Meacham, Joy Meacham, and none other than the villainous Davos the Steel Serpent. And all of these inclusions make a lot of sense. I mean, Colleen Wing has been rumored since Misty Knight was confirmed for Luke Cage, and both of the Meachams make a ton of sense given that Ward's brother Harold had a pretty big role in Iron Fist's origin story. But the big one here is Davos the Steel Serpent, because we've already seen his symbol in Daredevil Season 1 and also given his connection to Ward Meacham in the past. He's also kind of been a foil for Danny in the comics in a lot of different ways. So that brings us to our first comment question of the day. Let us know in the comment section below which actor you think could fill the Steel Serpent's shoes. In our next story, a very interesting tidbit about Sylvester Stallone's potential role in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The action icon has been attached to the movie since Monday, when he was reportedly spotted in Atlanta leaving a hotel with a copy of the script before getting into a car frequently used by Chris Pratt. The news from On Location Vacation concerns a description of his character's outfit, and again, take this with a grain of salt. Reportedly, he was spotted by a tipster on set, and I quote, looked a lot like Judge Dredd. I can tell you right now, it's beyond highly unlikely that Judge Dredd shows up in this movie. So either he's filming a kind of clever cameo, like Marvel did with Howard the Duck in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, or to the untrained eye, maybe they just mistook him and he was dressed up like a Nova Corps member, or maybe even another Kree accuser. Now honestly, I think it's kind of unlikely that he shows up as another Kree accuser like Ronin, but I do think the chances are pretty good that he could be a member of the Nova Corps. I actually would like that idea, and their costumes do look kind of vaguely like Judge Dredd, so I think that actually might be what this tipster is describing, unless, like I said, it's just completely, made up. And in our last story of the day, an interesting quote from Snyder about Christian Bale and how close the actor really came to being involved with the DCEU. This was brought to our attention by comicbookmovie.com, but the original source is from a Snyder interview with Film Inc. In the interview, he sheds light on how badly the studio wanted Bale back in the Batsuit and the lengths he was willing to go to in order to keep that from happening. It's another universe, so we couldn't hire Christian Bale if we wanted to because he doesn't exist in our world. Maybe we could hire him to play another part. We did talk about that briefly. I just wanted to hire Christian to play another part to make that obvious. Christian could play like Alfred with age makeup. No, of course not, but you know what I mean. Even people at the studio would say, who are you getting from the other movies? And I was like, hey, come on guys, let's all understand, it's a different world. In the Batman universe that Chris Nolan created, Superman would have a hard time existing. That's why we did a reboot on the universe, so that we could allow these characters to exist together. We needed to do that to have Batman exist in this world. And I think he's absolutely right that any Superman, even Man of Steel's own relatively grounded take on the Big Blue Boy Scout, would have trouble existing in Chris Nolan's ultra-realistic and gritty world. And after all I'm hearing about how good Affleck is in Batman v Superman, I think it's safe to say that Snyder definitely made the right choice. But just for fun, let me know in the comment section below what role you think Bale could take on in the DCEU in the comment section below. So that wraps it up for another H&N. Don't forget to smash that freaking like if you liked what you saw. Subscribe for more great content every single day, and maybe consider supporting us on Patreon. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you tomorrow.